Yo,
Yo, hey man, Pay the Hustle podcast, man. Chopping it up. Shit, we back. Two-headed monster today, man. You got Big Unc right here. You got my little fool
LJ, you know what I'm
LJ
talking
over there, man. We in here, man.
Get that motherfucker rolling.
Hey, we're gonna start it out by giving condolences, man. A big RIP shout out to my brother, man, Garrett Cooper. Real player, man. I lost him June 9th. Love my brother Death, man. Hey, this one for you, big dog.
Hey man, we gonna dedicate that one to Unc, cause see, Unc was a real player.
For sure.
Now I mean, Unc was a real player, and I always kept solid. I remember I used to pull up over there, and Unc kept 2, 3 cars of projects in the garage.
For sure.
I used to go over there and I'm checking shit out, and I say, man, look, man, when I build a car, the way it coming, and you say, bring it on. So when you see me with old school, man, they gonna already have to be ready, cause Unc ain't here to build it. So I got to buy one that's already ready to go. I ain't got nobody to put their hands on it.
Yeah,
But that was a real dude, and one of his to me, one of his top line, well, man, there's always something that need to be done.
always.
Always something that need to be done. So hey, man, get your red on. Get your
Right,
red, man.
for sure, man. Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you a quick little story, man. Me and bro been rocking 25 years.
Right, right, right.
So back in the early 2000s, every Wednesday we go on the stroke. Stroke was on lean. Stroke was on lean. So now I'm gonna preface this with don't drink and drive. The shit ain't goddamn, you know what I mean? Shit
It
ain't
ain't.
healthy.
It
It
ain't.
ain't
Yeah,
it
yeah,
ain't
yeah. It
safe.
ain't.
It
Yeah.
ain't
Right,
safe.
right, right, right,
But anyway, we would pick turns driving up and driving back. I ain't never want to drive back because I know what type of night we finna have. A bottle
right.
of Patron, you know what I mean? 12 pack of Corona sitting on the table every Wednesday. We finna do this. Bare minimum, me and him. So then one particular night, we coming back down 7-8. We done made this trip thousands of times. We come back down
Mm-hmm.
7-8. Bro say he wake up. He look over in the driver's seat. I'm driving. Sleep like a motherfucker. And bro, I said, bro, why you ain't wake me up? He said, nah, I just let you sit there and drive and see how far you were gonna drive. Sleep. He said, bro, you drove 5 miles. Sleep in a motherfucker. And they just show you how many times we did that route, man. You know what I mean? Up and down 7-8 struggles on lean, man. Hey, that's just one of the many stories I could tell with me
Yeah,
and bro, man. You know what I mean? But you gonna forever be missed, man. Hey, man, we're gonna hold it down for you, man. Real player for sure.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I had I remember, God, dang, I had ran across a couple motors, right?
Yeah,
Aunt Bill car, that what he do. And but at the time when I first met him, I didn't know that what he was into. And I remember, right? I said, "Oh, okay, they would you be whatever, whatever." I said, "Well, I got a couple of LF motors and stuff. You want to check them out?" He said, "Nephew, don't be buying no bullshit now." I said, "Now what make you think I just got some bullshit?" You know what I mean? Well, just, you gonna do me like that? He said, "No, I'm just saying, I said, so if I bring them by here though, now, I got to go through a lot to get them over here. Is you gonna buy them?" He said, "If they some good, I'm gonna buy them."
for sure. We
I said,
keep
"I ain't gonna
some on
bring."
the deck.
Yeah, I said, "I ain't gonna bring both of them. I'm gonna just bring one of them." I finally get one, go through the house. So I get one, I bring it over there. Oh, said, how many you got? I said, I got like 3 more. He said, yeah, bring them on over here, nephew. I gonna get them off your hand. I said, well, they going for X, Y, and Z. He said, I ain't really worried about the money part, nephew. Just bring them on over here.
Yeah.
And we've been
Yeah,
locked in here since.
for sure. We got LF motors on the stand now, bro. Built over there. Still got them on the stand.
I'm gonna have to buy one. I'm
Yeah,
gonna have to buy one. I don't
yeah.
give a damn if I don't put it in there. I'm just gonna buy one.
You know it put together
I
solid.
know it put together solid. I know it put. Matter of fact, the last time we kicked it, he was fixing your car because it kept running hot, and me and him, the temperature not, the temperature kept getting
Yeah,
too high,
me too high. Yeah,
and me and him was over there chopping it up. That the last time seen. So
yeah,
shout out to man.
for sure. Hey man, but I don't know if you've been seeing it, but something on my mind today, man.
Mm-hmm.
Ciara long toe goddamn Wilson, man. Hey man, mind your motherfucking business, please.
Hold on, you got to tell them what's going
Okay,
on
okay. Let me preface it in case you hadn't seen them.
though.
BET Awards was, I think it was Monday. The BET Award was Monday. Jim Jones was chopping it up, having an interview. She goes upon herself to, but in their interview, say she felt it in her spirit to tell Jim Jones that him and his old lady of 20 years need to go on and get married. She felt it on her spirit that it'll be good for you, it'll be good for her. I just feel like y'all just need to go on and just make it official. Now, like I said, mind the business that pays you, sweetheart. You know what I mean? If them folk been doing it for 20 plus years, hey, they like it. I love it. You know what I mean? And the thing about it is, you never know what a person they could have been beefing about that last week, and then got it
Mhm.
and probably got this shit ironed out. They might have just got it ironed out Monday. Then here you are bringing up putting coals on the fire. Now me and my old lady finna goddamn argue again. You know what I mean? But I do respect how Jim Jones he kept it player with it. You know what I mean? Thank you for that. Blah blah blah. This and that. He really, cause nigga like me. Hey, look here, man. Shut the fuck up talking to me. You know what I mean? Mind yours, sweetheart. Now, how you seen the footage? Like, what's your take on it?
So, this my thing. For the last amount of years, Sierra supposed to been on the pedestal of happiness. You got the good husband, you got the kids, you got the money, you got everything, right? You supposed to be happy. You supposed to be, stress free, not worried about nothing. Why is you in them folk bid?
That's the only
Why?
question I gotta ask.
Why is you worried about what somebody else going? Chris ain't your home girl. They ain't your partner. As far as the public, no. Y'all folk don't be kicking it, hanging out. You feel what I'm saying? And if you really felt like that, if Chrissy was your friend, if them people, if y'all live close, pull him to the side. Say, bro, that's how I feel about this right here.
Facts.
Between me and you, that's how I
That's
feel
it.
about it.
It ain't for you to bring
You know what
to
I'm
the
saying?
forefront and put that shit in everybody. What you know what I mean? Shit
So,
made the
so,
situation awkward. You know what I mean?
so I'm gonna give you my perspective. You know what I think? That good guy shit boring, ain't it? All that fake
she
flogging good guy shit boring, ain't it? You done got bored. Now you out here just doing shit.
she looking for future.
Come on, man. My wife ain't got no business in nobody business,
Period.
especially publicly. I don't give a
Exactly.
fuck if your sister, blood sister, same pussy y'all came out of, got a nigga, and they just been rocking it, but they ain't married. That ain't your business to press him about marrying your sister. If your sister cool with whatever going on, mind your motherfucking business. That ain't got nothing to do with you. You feel what I'm saying?
Look, then she said she felt it in her spirit. Pray for him, sweetheart. Just
Just
pray
pray.
for him.
Just
Just
pray
pray
for
for him. You felt it in your spirit. Pray for him. Leave it
pray.
alone.
You
You
feel what
know
I'm
what I
saying?
mean? You already got the
Because
Sierra. You already got the Sierra prayer. Make a Jim Jones prayer and Chris a prayer. Just leave it at that, sweetheart.
in private
That's
and
it.
leave it at that, man. Because that ain't got nothing to do with you. You feel what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And when you sent me that, I'm looking at a situation today because she, I get had like a little boost or something set up
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then she sit down, dang, I don't want to, what the girl name from Breakfast Club, Lauren,
Lauren, yeah.
and say how she need to pull up on Charlamagne and they need to have a conversation. They need to talk. And they need to put their gloves on because it gonna be one of them type of conversation. And I'm just like, yeah. I don't know
What?
if you got an album finna come out, you finna drop a single,
Yeah, you trying to
what you
throw up some
doing.
pub.
Yeah, like, but my thing is, if it's that type of conversation, why you want to have it publicly?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe
Call that
because
man phone.
maybe because what he said was publicly. Only thing I probably think, and I need to do my research, could be wrong. I think he may have said something about Russell or something.
I
You
mean,
know what I
everybody
mean?
have.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
mean,
You picking and choosing your battles. Oh,
yeah.
Charlamagne, the safe guy to go get it.
I ain't gonna, what my boy say, why you gonna pull up on the radio guy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But my thing is, if it that big of a problem, bro, hit my jack. Or if you feel like you want to do it publicly, just say what you need to say. But
and
as a
get it up.
man,
Yeah,
I'm not finna
argue
be
with no
going back
woman.
and forth with you
Where your
about.
husband at?
Then I watching the Breakfast Club. Shout out to Breakfast Club. Charlemagne was like any wrinkle we may have had been so many years ago. Like, what's the point of talking about it now? Ain't no recent shit.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Like
It
if
seems
I
like
think,
she's just trying to drum up some attention for something, man. Like you say, maybe she got a song for the drop out. Get out there and sing, dance around or something.
man, you listen, man, you won. You got how many kids her and that man got?
4 or 5, and he already
They
talking about putting another one in her.
you
Shit.
you you got all these children by famous ass people who successful. You can divorce Buddy right now and get a ton of money. You didn't want, bro. Just let that just live your life, man.
Yeah, you
Live
know,
your life.
and like the thing I like to say, yeah, man, minding your business is player. So what Ciara just did, that ain't player, sweetheart,
That
at
ain't
all.
player, man.
That ain't player.
That ain't
Mind the business that pays you.
I was watching this series on Netflix called You. YOU.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, awesome series,
Yeah,
bro.
white boy crazy fool. Now
White boy fool. But let me tell you something. Everybody who died or he
what
killed was
one my
somebody getting in his fucking business.
business. Yep, getting in their way
Everybody's trying to dig deep into his past. They get their ass knocked off.
for sure.
Man, but get out of their business. Get that. Bro, stay out these folk business, man. That ain't got nothing to do with you. Now we on the podcast. We gonna discuss certain things. Hey man, we tiptoe around folk business a little bit. I
Yeah,
can admit that. But
that's our
if I
job.
was you, I
Yeah,
wouldn't be giving a fuck about nobody business.
period. Not at all. Not at all. It ain't even. Hey, man, what them folk got going on
I
shouldn't
ain't got
ruffle your feathers. You
come
know
on.
what I mean?
That's
And like you
all.
say, even if it did, because she was saying, "I love you, Gene. I love Chrissy." Talk to them folk on their own. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that ain't love you out here. You
Yeah.
doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Now I got to go home. You know
Like I
what I'm
say,
saying?
you could be pouring salt in the wound. You know what I mean? Cause Chrissy could feel some type of way. You know what I mean? 20 years not being married.
Or they could just be cool with what's going on.
Is exactly. Hell, who's to say they ain't married?
Bro, it like this. Jacob, we ain't legally get married. Don't mean we ain't married.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
20 years in, she ain't went nowhere. She love it. So, you know what I mean? If she love it, you got to love it. It
Come on.
really don't, like I said, if she love it, it really ain't none of your business no way. But if Shawty ain't complaining about it, she cool with it, let that go on. You know what I mean? Cause
Yeah.
them being married, what it doing for you? Nothing.
Come on, man. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
You know.
That's all I'm saying. Oh, God damn, no.
Hey,
That's all.
what else been on your mind this week?
Um, I seen what the fuck was it? Oh, in the sports world.
Yeah,
I seen Harbaugh out there, man, with the Chargers, right? And he
yeah.
got that little thing where he
Putting the patches,
the
the
patches.
accolades on the jersey.
Yeah, I think that's dope. I wonder if
Yeah.
they're gonna let him do that like in the game or they just something he can only do at practice type
It
shit.
probably something he doing unless it probably something he's just doing in practice. But if they did it in the game, you know what I mean, doing the season, that should be dope as hell. You know what I
It'll
mean?
be- I don't think they're gonna go for it though.
Nah, cause they may have a sponsor they wanna do that. Like,
Yeah,
basketball, they got the little
you
sponsors
know
on their jersey.
yeah. So yeah, they ain't. I don't think they'll do it. Something else came across my ticker. Oh yeah, they say Dion was going through little health
The health
issues,
issue, yeah.
undisclosed health issues.
I think he gonna miss the summer workouts, but I seen a tweet where he was like, "Man, everything is okay." He had "okay" in bold word, you know what I mean, bold and excuse me, bold and capitalized letters, you know what I mean. So we're gonna send our prayers out to Prime, man. Hopefully everything
I hate to
be
be
on the
controversial.
up and up. Talk to me.
I think Prime sent up his exit plan.
Hey, that's the first thing I thought. Why you bullshit?
Prime sent up his exit
when
plan,
I
man.
when I seen that, hey, it gonna be like, hey, look, man, my health, I got to sit back a year.
I, I didn't got my kids to the league. I
Yeah,
coached from little league all the way to college. I'm talking about football dad dream. You
for
went
sure.
all the way through from little league all the way to college. You call them folks at D1 ball. Okay. Big, 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 big shout out to that. You ain't trying to coach the other folk children, man.
Then the thing
You
about it, he see now that coaching in the league, it'll never happen. I don't think it'll ever happen. You know what I
yeah.
mean? I don't think they ain't going for that. They ain't gonna let Dion in the league. I
Mm,
don't say not in no head coach,
I
and I
don't
don't
think
think.
you want to be.
Yeah, I thought beforehand he would have wanted to get in there, but how them folks showed him like, hey man, ain't nobody bigger than the program. You know what I mean? Which is sad to say. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
How they went about doing that shit, but it just showed you, boy, you still a nigga now.
Yeah,
You know what I
nah.
mean?
The thing is, we gonna show you that this shit gonna roll
Without you,
with or without you, with or
yeah,
without your son,
son, yeah,
whoever. Like this shit just it gonna go. You know what I
yeah,
mean? It don't matter. It don't matter. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? We're $1 billion industry, the biggest sport in the world. Like that's just what's going on. But I just, ain't nobody said it, and that's cool. Everybody, But me personally, I think he doing the Urban Meyer, man. I think
yeah,
Urban Meyer had some real good ad teams in Florida.
yeah. When the bullshit came through, Urban had to get up out of there. I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna sit back for a couple years. Oh, then I'm bound back at Ohio State.
At Ohio State, we got a lot of talent.
Yeah.
Then when they gone, the health issues show
They
be the
convenient.
best to me. You
They
know what I'm saying?
convenient. They're real convenient.
Yeah,
Now.
he planning his exit strategy, bro. That's all.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn. That's how I feel. I feel like he trying to.
Hey, I ain't gonna tell you no lie. When I seen it the first time, boom.
Yeah, you
Hey
don't want
man.
to coach the other folk children.
Yeah.
You just been
Hey,
cool with doing it because your kids were there.
yeah. But
That my
speaking on his children, that boy Shadur. Hey man. The OTAs, he's looking great. You know, the reports are coming out that he bumping up the depth chart that well, everybody thought he would, you know what I mean? I even seen a report that they may be trying to trade what's the guy they drafted before him?
Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, maybe trying to get him to Miami after the preseason. You know what I mean? That popped up on my ticker today. I don't know how true that is or speculation, but you know what I mean. But they say Shadur doing anything. I seen the stats of the
Right.
you know what I mean. He the only one 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. I think he went 12 out of 10. I mean 10 out of 12
Mm-hmm.
passing. You know what I mean. He had the best passing day out of all the quarterbacks. So you know what I mean. I salute that young nigga. Just keep doing
Um,
your thing.
nah, I definitely think he definitely wasn't supposed to go that late in the draft for sure.
Yeah.
Um, but at the end of the day, what he presented is what he presented, and what people got to understand there, the tape is the tape,
Yeah.
and I understand the grudge the NFL might have had against Dion for a lot of the way he moved and a lot of shit that he did, but it's been guys that then came out with way more egregious shit on their name and still went. They might have dropped a couple spots, but they ain't dropped no few rounds.
Rounds. Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? What people got to understand is the eye in the sky don't lie. We can only go off what we see. You know what I'm saying? And people comparing him to Andy Dalton and shit like that. Andy Dalton had a good career, but it was an okay career. And but Andy Dalton went no, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all trying to compare him to being the number one, number two draft pick. That ain't the tape he put out. You feel what I'm saying? That he ain't put up number one, number two draft pick type of tape. So for me, was he supposed to drop that far? No. But was he talented? Was he good? Yes. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. He definitely should have been the second quarterback
Taking. Yeah.
behind Cam.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have definitely been the other guy. Now, again, NFL scouts, GMs, they don't look at the game the way we do. You feel what I'm saying? They look at the individual talent.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of understood that Dart went over him. A little more athletic. He got a stronger arm. You know what I'm saying? Played in the SEC. Um, and like I said, he good. So I kind of got that part. I understood that part. The other guys, no.
Yeah,
But you could give me an argument with Dart.
yeah,
But
definitely.
um, I expect him. I expect him to be starting before the season over. But you got to see what he look like with the ones. He ain't out there
Yeah,
with the ones.
yeah,
You got to see what he look like with the ones against the other ones.
yeah. I
That's
think
the
what
thing.
I think the report said he was taking backup. He was taking backup reps, so he may have been going with the ones or with the twos. But you like you say, ones on one, that's a different ball game.
Different ball game.
Different
You
ball
know what
game.
I mean?
Different
And
ball
I
game.
like how he been handling it.
Yeah, definitely.
His answers to the questions.
Got
Keeping
hell
the
of
composure.
got hell of a character. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Being in that situation with the chip stacked on top of you. You know what I
yeah.
mean? He
Yeah.
knowing them folk waiting on him to say something wrong, or even
Yeah.
he can't even make a face that look like something off. And you know they're gonna try to
Yeah.
make something out of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I like how he keeping the composure, dealing with the media. He giving great answers every time. Um, I'm fucking with his swag. I'm fucking with his swag. I think he gonna be all right. Goddamn. The elephant in the room though is Deshaun Watson. Like, what they doing with what
Hey man.
y'all still gotta get it boy like 80 million.
Yeah, man. Hey man. Bank robber. You know what I mean? Hey man. He robbed them folk, no man. I'm talking about
Oh, he
why
ain't even pull the gun. He
I'm
ain't
talking
even
about
pull the gun.
robbed them folk with no man. Why getting robbed on? You hear me?
God almighty.
Hey man. Hey,
God
this shit
almighty.
crazy. Hey, but I wanna switch gear right quick. I just thought about something me and you had talked about.
Okay.
We're going back to this Diddler situation, right?
Goddamn Diddler, man.
So now
That did it.
escorts, about these escorts, right?
Right.
Out of all the escorts they done brought to court and all that, where the women escorts at? You paying men. Why you ain't paid no women? Like, I don't understand that. I don't get it. You know what I mean? You know, they just showed me that he's just a sweetheart. If you feel what I'm saying, it's just
Oh,
he's a sweetheart. Cause the average guy that I know, I want two female. I'm not finna pay another nigga. If I got the cheese to pay somebody, it's gonna be paying another female. Come on over here, let's have some fun. You know
man.
what I mean? But every escort that done came to court has been a male. That's just peculiar to me, man. You feel me?
Listen, man. I'm do what we got to do. We got to stop trying to wrap our head around
What that nigga got
what
going
men
up.
doing. Cause we don't, we ain't never gonna be able to relate.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? Bud is a wild child, man. Bud is a wild child. That is a nasty man.
He's
You know what I'm
dangerous.
saying?
He's a dangerous
Yeah,
individual, man.
he a lethal individual. Um, I never knew that you could find nigga escorts. Like who you like how you even know who to call? You know what I'm
Somebody,
saying? Like,
somebody put him on.
yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Who put you down? You know what I mean? Speaking of this Diddy situation,
Mm-hmm.
I fought with 50. Got a lot of respect for 50. I fought with 50. But 50, you lost some points with me.
Why you say that?
Because from what I'm seeing, all the Diddy trolling, it could have made you fuck your baby mama.
Yeah. Now, like it came out, like you know what I mean. Now you
And
know
not
why
only
we
was
going
he fucking
hard.
your baby mama, he had her doing freak offs
Yeah.
and all that type of shit. And you gave her a baby.
Yeah.
So it was a picture, you and her on the beach with your son.
Yeah. Smiling in the camera, looking at the pictures.
You
Hey,
know
the
what I'm
family
saying?
man. They
And
got a camera
then
like mine out there.
come on, man. What you do? Come on, man. Like, see, you can't do that. That ain't player. Leave that man alone. You
Yeah.
trolling him just cause he
Yeah.
was
That's
on your
it.
baby mama.
You tender on the low.
You tender, man. You looking real tender, man.
Yeah,
Y'all
man.
nigga. I just said it before. I'm gonna say it again. You Tracy T's and you offsets of the world. Bro, stop speaking on your baby mamas and your exes, and that shit is not cool, bro.
at all. Hey, like speaking of Tracy T, man, I seen the video. I'm like, hey, come on, man. When you get to talking about the nigga your lady fucking with, clothes and shit, like, bro, come on, son. That
Come
ain't
on.
player Tracy T, and I thought you were way more player than that, man.
Every time you on live, this all you talk about.
Talking about, you know what I
You know
mean?
what I'm saying? Come on, man. See, my boy Gates, shout out to Gates, just said the realest line when he was at the BT Award and everybody was asking about Brittany Renner. And quoted, he said, "Who I love, I don't discuss." And I felt like that was like the best shit. I ain't discussing nothing about the person I love with
Period.
y'all.
Yeah,
And
that
that's
ain't
just it.
that ain't for y'all.
You
That
know
for
what
us
I'm
to
saying?
figure it out.
You feel what I'm saying? So
It make you think about it. You ain't really hear him discuss Drinker like that.
ain't no need. Listen, let me tell you something. I feel like everybody take Drika side. But I feel like Drika can't say that because Drika ain't clean either. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like it's some shit that went on. And he kind of spoke on it in his music when he dropped that Super Gremlin. You know, how money got stolen and how she cheated or whatever, whatever. Now
Yeah.
she came out and said that she didn't. And she ain't never slept with no man and nobody, whatever, whatever. But, you know, who knows? But my thing is, I feel like it one or two things. Either she ain't got the best track record either, and she knows she won the best partner at certain times,
Mm-hmm.
or they just manipulating the algorithm.
Yeah.
All right, now when the camera go off, you back over here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It would seem like for a minute like they may have been talking shit, but then the next time you'll see them together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like and so maybe one day, man, ain't no maybe one day we'll get to ask one of the two.
Yeah.
Cause she had
Well,
her times where she go do interviews and shit, and she
yeah.
stand with
Yeah.
folk, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just I don't know. I feel like something in the milk ain't clean with that situation right now.
Yeah.
Something ain't right about that right there. So.
Yeah. But we know something ain't right with this Diddler, man. It just popped up in my head. I said, damn, not one female escort has popped up in court. Well, are you paying the niggas?
Man, listen, man. And now I can't even be the punisher no more. Cause buddy then took it
I'm
and
talking about
ran
to
off
the
with it,
extreme. I'm talking
doing
about
interviews and all type
all
of
that.
shit. As he should. You know what I mean? As
Yeah.
he should. And damn. So what you think gonna happen? You think they gonna give him some time?
Man, like I ain't really, when I went on my vacation, I ain't catch up with it as much as possible. But before I went, I just feel like they had proved like sex trafficking. They
They
definitely
proved it.
they
You saying
did.
they didn't?
They didn't. They hadn't proved it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
In the definition, when I looked it up, they hadn't necessarily proved it. Now, some of the stuff that he was doing could have been considered with that, like with the coercion and the money, you know what I mean, the fear type stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, we said about Cassie, she just what's the word we use?
A
Damn,
freaky victim.
yeah, freaky victim. Yeah, yeah. She's a freaky victim. But they've done a great job of proving that he's an ain't shit individual. Now,
Nah.
if they want to just convict him off of that, it's over with. It's a rap like Reynolds. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? He gonna do something. He gonna do a little
He ain't
something.
gonna walk.
Yeah, he definitely ain't gonna walk. They keep trying to do these mid try, man. Y'all chill out. But these folks ain't finna got there
Yeah,
let
they
this
ain't
shit
going for
slide.
that. They ain't
They ain't
going
going
for
for
that.
that shit
Hey,
at
you ain't just
all.
hell no.
Yeah.
Um, dang, yo, that crazy, man. Diddler only looking up men escorts.
Yeah, that's it.
Ain't
I'm
that shit?
paying them. I'm talking. I ain't tried to pay now female now,
Ain't
but
that something?
he not. Let me say he ain't paid no female escort. Now he tricked off on them women. Now he's still paying 50 cent baby mama rent. Well,
That
he's
boy
a hell.
his name.
I'm talking about like who we man. Shit now. I'm talking about some of the best.
Hey, let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. You know who Michael Jordan is, right?
Of course.
The basketball player,
Yeah.
the Hall of Fame of the GOAT.
Yeah.
Would you pay $1,000 for a pair of his shoes?
No.
You can't do it.
I can't do it. I ain't finna pay $1,000 for nail shoe. Period.
Okay, so it was reports, right?
Yeah,
That
I
came out
seen them. I
that
seen them.
Angel Reese, Angel Reese says she feel like her shoes should be $1,000.
Why?
What the fuck have you done? To put, bro? Come on now. Listen, man. I love my black queens and doing their thing, and But come on, man. When you get this, the thing. I'm gonna sit up here in front of that microphone, man. I'm gonna defend you the best I can. But you
Some
gotta
shit.
give me a leg to stand on.
Yeah, you got to. Some shit just don't make sense. And then you
You know
see
what I'm
you see
saying?
Reebok hit back with and told her shoe need to be in the $50-$60 range.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Like
Hey,
you
you
come
need
on.
to drop you a undergarment line
Lingerie, man.
lingerie, man, because
Lingerie.
to the demographic that she's in and how she portrays herself like on some, I ain't just had them cheeks out, man.
Nah, for sure.
You know what I mean? She's a young, fashionable lady. She put it on. Now you can't say she don't put it on. Market that, cause that's where the money coming in. You
That
can
what,
put out $1,000
that what
coat,
and that what
uh, uh,
you acting like
yeah,
you
a $250 jacket or something. Market it on that end. That's high fashion. Reebok, no, a pair of Reeboks would never be $1,000. I don't
bro.
give a damn if Allen Iverson put them some bitch on. They'll never be $1,000.
If Yeezy ain't get 1,000, Jordan ain't get 1,000, you for damn sure ain't getting 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of shoes, I seen the dude, what the goddamn track star name? Um,
No allows.
yeah, complaining about he
About
ain't get a shoe
he complaining about Anthony Edwards.
about Anthony Edwards. Bro, come on, bro. Bro, don't even keep trying to compare yourself to no fucking Anthony Edwards or the impact that you will
Yeah,
have.
I think he's looking at the accolade now. Trooping that he's a hell of a sprinter, gold medals and all that. But you got to look at it. Basketball, track and field. You know what I mean? What get more eyes? People don't
Listen to
people
me.
don't think about Noah Lyles, but every 4 years.
I don't think about Noah Lyles ever.
You know
So
what
my
I
thing,
mean?
uh, we can have millions of dollars.
I'm not
Millions
buying no
of
Noah
dollars.
Lyles
I'm not buying a shoe. I'm not going to a race. I'm not doing none of that shit. Now, my girl Shakari, I go see that.
for
You
sure.
know what I'm saying?
For
I
sure.
love the queen. She don't talk too much. She just do her little thing. She working. She bounce back. You know what I mean? She handling her business. I'm gonna
She
go
want
check
to
it out.
smoke a little reefer and run. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Hey man, I'm gonna go check out. You know what I mean? But I don't like when people feel like entitled. They entitled to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Certain shit. You feel me? So
He said that stupid ass shit. I'm saying it made sense, but it was still stupid to him. Like when football players, and when like they win the Super Bowl, oh, they're not world champions. Or basketball players, they're not world champions. Who are they? They didn't beat the best in the world. You know what I mean? But hey, man, look here, Noah, shut up.
yeah, man, just shut the fuck up,
Just
man.
shut up, man. You know what I
I
mean?
don't want to hear that shit, man. You run for 9 seconds every 4 years. Good
Hey,
job.
yeah, he fast as a motherfucker now. You can't take that
That's
away
it.
from
Just as
fast as
fast as they put you on the screen,
look,
fast your ass on out of here.
the faster the race over with is the faster I ain't thought about buying a shoe of yours.
I ain't thought about you soon as the race over. Good job. Click. Go on to the. I'm going to the next situation. Yeah, man. I ain't understanding that shit. Like,
Yeah, I ain't just like sweetheart.
yeah, I
She
ain't just
she
bullshit.
she just broke a record with the most double doubles, and you get the most double double because you missed the most layups.
That
You
shit.
know, you missed the most layup. You gonna get your 3 rebounds every possession and they're gonna be your own rebound. Now,
But see, and then my thing, um, I hate how they. Well, it really ain't they. Is she? The Caitlin Clark and her and um as the basketball players, you just gotta respect like shout it better.
I'm talking about leaps and bounds better
Yeah,
than
yeah,
you,
yeah.
Angel.
Shout it
You know
better.
what I mean?
You know what I mean?
She transcended female basketball.
Yeah, shout it better, man. She. And I don't like because I'm gonna stand up for Angel as a black woman. You know what I'm saying? She doing her thing still, regardless
Yeah,
of the fact, and she can get better. But don't downplay Caitlyn game. Oh, she just
yeah.
shoot threes, bro, at a high clip.
I'm talking about
So you saying
logo.
Steph Curry ain't good?
And Caitlin will get to that cup on you. You
Man,
know
she
what I
a
mean?
great player.
Yeah, hell of a basketball player. Like I say,
Great player.
man, like they home games in Indiana be 12, 19,000. You know what I mean? Like, and ain't no other basketball female basketball team doing it. Not to my knowledge. You know what I
You
mean?
know what I'm saying?
Angel, you got you and Cardoso on the same team. Y'all ain't selling out like that. When Caitlin come to town, sold out. They got to move to a bigger arena to accommodate the crowd that she bring.
See what I'm
That's got to be commended. Like that shit ain't. You know what I mean? That means something.
Yeah,
It means something. And the crazy thing about like every time I'm watching basketball, I see a commercial with Caitlin Clark on it.
um,
I can't remember one I've seen with Angel Reese.
well, at the end of the day, ain't nobody getting you no $1,000 for no shoe. You can let
Period.
that go.
Let that go.
Yeah, you can let that go. I ain't
Mm-mm.
the most I done paid for a pair of Jordans is 500.
And that was on the resale.
I had to do. I did do that.
Mhm.
I did do that, but I wouldn't have never paid 1,000.
Mm. I know one. Hey man, you know it is what it is. One of my nephews called me, and told me, "Uncle, I get Angel Reese $1,000 for something else." I would just leave it at that. I would just leave it at that. You know,
Hey,
I,
I got a good idea of who that was.
yeah, yeah. Nephew say, "Boy, yeah, man, I chopped that tree down for $1,000." You hear
Hey,
me?
listen, I ain't mad at him.
At all, you know,
I ain't mad at him.
at all.
I bought some pussy one time in Vegas.
Yeah.
It wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing. Never do it again.
Yeah.
Never do it again.
I try to stay away from the transactions. I don't like the transactional
Yeah,
shit.
that shit ain't nothing, man. I did
Yeah.
that shit and like, man, I can't believe I
Yeah.
just. That
After
what
that,
though? That what I
that
just
clarity, that posting that clarity had you.
listen. That wasn't even $1,000. That shit was 500. That shit was 500. Matter
Yeah,
of fact, she had a friend. 1,000 would have got me both of them.
yeah, yeah. Angel, we ain't buying no $1,000 shoes, sweetheart.
Come on, man.
Hey, but then speaking of Reebok though, I don't know if you caught the documentary. I'm not. I don't want to misquote the name, but it's Shaq AI. They talk basically it's a documentary on how they rebuilding Reebok basketball. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I didn't know that like Adidas had bought like took over Reebok basketball.
I ain't know
Well,
that.
yeah. So Shaq the president, AI the vice president. You know what I mean? They got they documented how they going back through it. Try to Shaq got his son working for him. How they was getting high school players. You know, giving them shoe deals. Like they got Angel Reese. They got the other young lady from I think the Phoenix Mercury.
And Teresa had about to be fired.
Yeah. Yeah, because she ain't selling that. She ain't gonna sell nothing. But all of them got the same shoe, kind of sort of, but they own different colorways. You know what I
Mm.
mean? They just show how Shaq. Hey man, one thing you can say about old Shaq, and they gonna find him some money, man.
Nah, he a hustler for real.
I'm talking about
He a
Shaq.
real smart
You
ass.
watch TV long enough, Shaq on 4 out to 5 commercial, man.
Nah, Shaq smart as hell, man.
Smart
Shaq.
as hell. But yeah, he just you know what I mean, and he got a good team around him. If you get a chance, check out that documentary. You know what I mean? He's trying to just bring back, just build back up Adidas, and it was crazy. He said, "Man, we were never number three. We was always number two, and we were a high number two because they just feel like ain't nobody fucking with Nike. Period. In
Nah.
basketball, so you got to be okay with being number two. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So that's how they was. And when him and AI was doing their thing with the shoes, you know what I mean? Reebok was always number two. They was never number three. So
Dang.
they trying to do they trying to do their thing. Going to, you know what I'm saying, they work grassroots. They getting young kids NILs. You know what I mean? Getting them shoe deals and shit like that. So it's a smooth little documentary though. It's
Mm.
someone to check out.
I would tell Tay, I love the NIL, but I don't feel like the NIL is the problem. I feel like the transfer portal is the problem.
Yeah,
I feel like being
definitely.
able to leave from school to school every fucking year is the problem.
Yeah,
Getting them the money ain't really the problem. Like, because if we being honest, for what them schools make,
there's
that
plenty.
ain't no money. You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
getting them, you know, so you can give them the money. I think another problem, because now the school can directly
yeah.
pay the
It's like it's called a collective.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've been doing some research on that because I got a nephew that's finna
So they can
embark on it.
directly pay them,
Yeah,
right?
it's gonna be a check straight from the school. Like it went from it taking the it used to be a 130-man roster, taking it down to 105. So you may even be seeing more kids play both ways because of the limited roster spots. You know what I mean? So you may get a chance if you play, DN, play a little tight end, you may get a chance. You know what I mean? But
Um,
it's a certain amount that'll be broke down. You know what I mean? For to the school, but whoever generates the most money, which is football, they'll have the bulk of the money, and they disperse it how they what I mean, how they see fit.
um, that was I was finna say like how like the other sports like how they go about getting money and of course it ain't gonna be fair, which is I mean like you said, football is gonna generate the more money every time. Um, but do you remember the picture, the girl name?
Oh man,
Um,
hold on. All right,
she
pull
just
it up.
got some money, man, and I think
For
that's
Texas,
hard.
for Texas. Let me. God, so we want to salute the young queen. I don't want to butcher it. Let me find her name. We'll have to edit this
She was
in.
from Texas.
Yeah, she was from Texas. Damn, where is it?
She played for Texas.
I think she played for Texas now. Did I send it in her name? Okay, boom, here it is. Transfer portal. Nazari Kennedy. She transferred to Texas Tech. She transferred to Texas Tech last year for $1 million NIL deal.
Man, salute to that queen getting that
They advanced to the World Series this year.
money,
You
man.
know what I mean? And I think they lost in the World Series. But she took onus of that. She says, "My fault. It'll never happen again." But Shawty throw a whole lot of pitches. Like she'll
Oh, she
pitch,
got a high pitch count.
yeah, she'll pitch like whole games. But she'll, you know what I mean.
Mm.
She the one. You know what I mean.
Yeah,
So she
yeah.
done got $1 million 2 years in a row.
Oh yeah, that's
She got $1 million to come from the school she was at before Texas Tech. Then she got another $1 million to stay the year later. You know what I mean?
big major salute.
That's
Major
big.
salute. Yeah, that hard right there, man. I'm
Definitely
telling
big.
you, man. Y'all young people out here, man. Y'all trying
Y'all
to
want
pick
to
up
pick up a
guns.
gun,
And you gotta pick
man.
up a
Look here.
basketball, a
Change your
baseball.
change your family life
Man,
immediately.
come on, man. Immediately.
You know what I mean?
Immediately. Like if you get, but I don't give a damn if you come out of high school and get 300,000.
Yeah. Man, they got some schools offering these kids 17 years old. We're gonna give you a $500,000 to come play football.
So, brother, you seen what you call it got 10.
Who that? Oh yeah, from the
Like
dude from
commission.
the Michigan, yeah. But it was for 4 years. It was broke
I
down. It's like
don't
4 years.
give a damn.
Yeah, man.
Two and a half a year.
2.5 years, man. You
I ain't
can't
throw
beat
the
it.
ball up there yet.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And then like with the collective, how they doing it now? Like, say they offer the kid 500. That's the school paying them that. That ain't even the NIL money. That's still on top of that. You know what I
Come
mean?
on, man.
Can't beat it, man.
I
You
have a
know what I mean?
lamb truck chopping through that motherfucker.
Hey man, I would have been done got that Barn Dominion
Look, this the
immediately.
thing. By the time I get to NFL, I don't need no more car. I got the car.
NFL. Got
I'm
the
cool
car.
on the car. I
Shit.
might got a spot.
Probably got a spot. You know what I mean?
I'm
I just hope
cool on
they. Yeah, I like what the what's dude the Syracuse coach. I like how
Docking they pay and shit.
he not necessarily doctor, but he makes them save 40% of their NIL money.
Somebody got to guide them.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
That's,
Black man, yeah, he dope. He
that's
make them.
dope.
And he already said, he said, man, I ain't giving nobody $2 million. I'm saying I know but for the right player, money gonna talk. You
Hey,
know,
I'm with them though, man.
yeah,
Y'all folk kick my ass, bro. I ain't getting y'all folk no goddamn 2 million. I don't even know what you gonna do. I tell
yeah,
you what, I give you this.
for the incentive.
I give you 750
You
right
get
now.
you get me here,
Right. And then
get us
if
to the
you
conference championship or
you
whatever.
receiver, 1,000 yard season, get you a little more money.
Yeah, like the NFL, we're
Yeah,
gonna
man,
put
we
them
will
incentives in there.
hell, man. I just can't, you know what I'm saying? Just give
Oh,
you
the
that
mother,
money.
I just hey man,
Just can't give you that
gotta
money, man.
see, I gotta see what they dope doing, man. You feel
Feel
me?
like you walk to the car lot and they say, yeah, we can give you a car, but you're gonna give us $2,000 down right now, and then we'll find you a car. And you get them to 2,000, and they come out and give you a PT Cruise. Man,
Hey man, set the whole lot on fire, man. You mean?
don't send me to jail like that, bro. Because
Yeah, man.
that one.
Bun money, bun money. Hey, and speaking of jail, um, what about these casinos and these betting agencies not trying to pay these folks out when they get popped, man?
And it ain't nothing nobody can do about it.
That's crazy.
That's the thing.
What
Ain't
the
nothing
dude, what
nobody
the
can
dude hit for on the slot machine and the power went out and they say he couldn't get his
like
money?
650,000.
Hey man, if
They
y'all don't
could
lock
have
me up
been
right
up.
now, hey man,
Man, listen, let me
bond
tell
me
you.
out.
Listen, bro. I just can't imagine. My thing is, I don't know all the context to like how much he was up as far as like how much of that was profit or
Yeah.
whatever. But bro, why you ain't just gone been carried that out?
Yeah, if that thing was sitting there half a ticket, man, hit the button, give me the ticket right now.
Like what was you trying to get to a M?
Or did he hit the jackpot? Boom, maybe he had 10,000 in there or something. He hit the super whatever the max jackpot is. He just won the jackpot. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Could be that.
that a new crack right there though.
Oh,
Them slot machine.
yeah, the ding ding machine. My partner
Ding
called
ding
them
machine
ding
got
ding.
yeah, they got folks fucked up, man.
I got a couple partners that want to come over here and tell their story about the ding ding
Yeah,
machine.
nah, I want to hear from them because that shit crazy.
Yeah,
But bro, it used to be all the little, the little small market stores I have.
yeah.
I'm seeing them in racetracks. I'm seeing them in quick trips.
I seen him in a barbershop.
They at like they everywhere. They
Yeah.
everywhere, and that shit crazy. I'm like, bro, gambling. I'm telling you, bro, that's the worst addiction you can have in this
Worst edition
world.
you have. Well, I'm so glad I ain't got it.
Man, that's the worst addiction you can have in this world. It
I
worse
work
than crack.
I work too hard for my cheese just to see it go like that.
Nah, bro, I'm telling you. I mean, me and you
I used to gamble, but
nah,
but I worked too hard for it.
yeah. I mean, me and you, we go
Yeah.
back. You know how I used to
I used
gamble.
to ask you, nigga, how the hell you do this all night? Yeah.
I'm talking about 12-hour shifts.
I'm talking about and 1 week you tell me, okay, I'm doing good, but I ain't gambled in 3 days. Man, the fuck you think you talking to? 3 days? I thought you were gonna say 3 months or something. Well, you
Nah,
ain't
but
did shit. You just
that's
got
a tall task. 3 days.
you just got some red.
3 days a tall task. Man, we would start 4, 5 in the evening gambling, and by the time we look up at 6 in the morning,
Yeah, I know it. I know it.
you ain't thinking about nothing. But then, like, you don't know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? You done told yourself, I'm gonna leave an hour 10 times.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna hit that last point.
Like
Make
it
that
just
last point.
man, listen, man, that's the worst addiction you can have. I'm gonna tell you something else. A sneaky addiction, and I'm putting the onus on my generation that um a lot of people don't talk about, and that alcohol.
For sure. For
It's
sure.
it's man, people really killing themselves out the alcohol, man.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like growing up, you seen people celebrate with alcohol,
Yeah.
right? It's a celebration, go get the alcohol. Right? Now
These niggas
people
celebrating waking up.
that it ain't no. They celebrating the alcohol. Like they
Yeah.
celebrating having I'm just so happy I got it. Put it on their
Yeah.
head.
All
All
that.
that. Um and the crazy thing is people just don't know. Like they killing like it ain't no different than being on the fence. It ain't no
Yeah,
different than
yeah,
being
killing themselves slowly, tearing their liver
bro.
up, huh?
Same shit, man.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
telling you, like it's the same shit. And I say my generation, it's just bad. Like I'm talking about folk drinking 8, 9 in the morning, folk drinking every day, folk getting drunk every weekend. Like,
You ain't
and
supposed
that
to overindulge in nothing.
no, bro, that shit is. I'm talking about it bad. I'm like, man, I ain't know it. Like people I went to school with look so old in the face. Like, man, that shit fucking y'all up, man. Like,
Drink more liquor than water.
bro, I don't even understand what make them think they gonna live a productive quality of life the way they drink. It bad, man. I'm talking about. And I looked up a stat that said alcohol related deaths is double what fentanyl do in a year.
Oh man, that's wild.
Alcohol related death like 130,000 a year, and fentanyl was like 70 to 75,000.
And that's a crazy stat to believe, especially in this area. Now you see so many people die. I mean, overdosing on the fent.
Yeah,
I'm talking about daily around this motherfucker, man.
but that alcohol, bro, like people don't understand what that shit is really poison.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm not listen. I drink a little wine. I like a little yak here and there. You know what I mean? But because I ain't perfect, don't ever, you know what I mean? I ain't
Yeah,
never trying
I
to
definitely
portray
ain't
that.
down talking because I'm gonna
But
keep something in my paper hustle cup. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
But when I'm talking about the excessiveness of it,
Yeah, like I say, overindulging in anything ain't good for you, man.
the excessiveness of like I don't even know how the sizes go, but let's say I get a thing of Douce, right?
Mm-hmm.
And not the smallest one, but whatever the
Get
next
you a
one is.
fifth. Get you a
Okay,
fifth.
see what I'm saying? I don't even know what it.
$40 bar or something that
Okay,
was
yeah, there we go.
yeah,
$40.
yeah.
That should have lasted me a month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a shot here, go to bed, whatever, that type shit. I'm smoking a cigar, pour a little shot on the rocks type shit. But I just never wanted to be that person that, because I done seen, I got some uncles and shit, cause that overindulge in alcohol, and I just know what it do to you. But it's an underrated addiction.
For sure.
Like that shit really bad on my people, our culture for real. Like that shit got folks in the chokehold. I couldn't even
Like,
imagine being single the way these women drink.
man, what you talking about? I'm talking about they get to it. I'm talking about then they got the ninja slushes. Oh man, they want to get them a little daiquiri together. They hit
Man,
big balls of done. Damn, they going to the liquor store, cut up a bottle bigger than me.
man, listen, man. I thought you were chilling. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you trying to get to it? What you
You,
trying to do? Take advantage of me?
you, I thought we were vibing. You said you went in there and got some 1942. I'm
But you
talking
trying
about
to get lit?
Jesus. You,
Hey,
you tripping. Like, man, come on, man. So that's just something I wanted to throw out there. I feel like people and shout out my partner, Quintet, because he brought it up on Facebook one day. And I said, bro, I've been screaming this. Like, the alcohol addiction really is no different than all the other addictions that go on. The only reason it's not looked at as bad because it's legal.
yeah, yeah.
That's the only difference.
That's
But
it.
if it was at one point, people don't, it was illegal. You know what I mean? But when they found a way to get some money off of it, hey,
Back when they were calling it hooch.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I was living when it couldn't even been served on Sunday at
Yeah.
one point.
Yeah, you
You
couldn't
feel what
buy
I'm saying?
you couldn't buy liquor on Sunday. You
Yeah,
had to go
yeah.
to a restaurant.
Granted, I was a bootlegger, man,
Yeah,
making good money.
definitely.
You know
Dollar
what I mean?
yeah, nah, I was a
Yeah,
bootleg baby. And,
yeah, me too. Growed up,
yeah,
I grew
yeah,
up. Matter of fact, I grew up in a gambling juke joint type of. That's how I growed up.
yeah,
So I'm used to that. You know
yeah.
what I mean? But yo, man, I need our people to tighten up on that shit. Like, god damn, man, get it together, man.
All right. Man, I got a question, but kind of want to leave it when we get Tay back in here. But it's just a little glance at it, man. If you ain't heard a report card about a female that puts in trash or not,
What you mean? What you mean? Elaborate. What you
if you
mean?
ain't heard nothing about the female, like if you ain't heard no good report on her, ain't nobody hit you, ain't now one of your partners said, "Hey man, yeah, such and such," you know what I mean? That motherfucker snatch, you know
She
what I
got a
mean?
nigga?
No,
Ever had one?
no, I'm not kept now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that pussy ain't there.
Yeah, it ain't there.
That
It
pussy
ain't
ain't.
there. That how I feel the same way. You
You
know what I
gonna
mean?
get
One
a
thing about it, if it's
bro.
good, you gonna hey man,
It can be a stone cold freak, and it's still gonna be a nigga come through saying, "I don't give a fuck. It mine."
period. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Cause she
yeah,
hit
yeah. She hit.
one nigga at least.
Yeah, you got to have you some in rotation, sweetheart.
I need to be able to say, "Boy, she had such and such." Well, boy, what fucked up about her?
Yeah,
I need to be able to say that one time.
yeah, one time. You know what I mean? If we don't hit it,
That shit ain't talking about
throw
nothing.
it in the trash. You
Yeah,
know?
that shit ain't talking about nothing. You ain't kept one nigga,
Yeah,
or you just got to come out and say, "I'm celibate. I don't be fucking."
yeah. To tell
You
that
gotta
lie,
say that.
tell
Yeah,
that
you
lie.
gotta say that. Tell me that. Okay. I'm believe it though.
Yeah.
Believe it
Shit,
because I ain't
shit, the
now
fact
nigga.
you ain't heard nothing about it. Ain't a
I
nigga
ain't heard
ain't said nothing.
I believe it. I'm gonna go
Yeah,
for it. Now, not to say you can't be discreet, but what I'm saying is a nigga get a hold of that motherfucker.
and they doing what they supposed to do.
You what it supposed to do. You my girlfriend. It's just what it
Yeah,
is.
that was going on. And when I'm done with you, you know, you may have a little, you know, you gonna have a report card somewhere if that motherfucker doing what they supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing, if you're hidden like it's supposed to be hidden, somebody gonna
Somebody.
put a report card on there. You know what I mean? You're gonna get a grade A on there. If we ain't heard nothing about you, you get an unsatisfactory. You know what I mean? You know how they used to get that thing up before they ain't had. But back in my day, we didn't get A's till like we was in the fourth grade. We get S's and E's
Yeah.
and U.S. is
Unsatisfactory.
unsatisfactory. So that was you
Yeah,
get
I agree.
unsatisfactory. Yeah,
Unsatisfactory. I agree. Cause that I ain't heard nothing.
yeah.
I ain't heard nothing. You ain't failed, but you ain't satisfied
You ain't
nobody.
satisfied nobody. Yeah, you know, you just skated on by the goddamn skin of your teeth, as they like to say. But hey, man, shit, you yawning, I'm yawning over here.
Yeah. That was a good one though,
It was
man.
a
That
good
was a
one,
good
man. Hey, man, we'll, we'll cut this out in between. We're gonna end it. Hey, man, Pay the Hustle podcast, man. You know this chopping it up, volume 2. You know what I mean? Tap in weekly. We're gonna give you what you're looking for, you know, hustling backward. That ain't player. Hot thought, man. You know,
one. We out here.
always pay your hustle. Never forget to pay your hustle, man. We out here.
All right.